They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So then you said that they put millions of my actions. Yes, you said so. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. The claim that I'm lazy be killing me, maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles are making it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slump. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember YAHANNA's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. There was design fire for our babies to pass through. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums. Someday you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. 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 All jokes aside, you know how niggas be like,
Clap it up. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm Tuwab you.
Tuwab.
Musankai, like the heat on us. See,
Yeah, you know, each time we feel the heat, it's something on the sea.
Right.
Some system on the sea.
Right.
The one name was Ernesto.
Yeah.
I'm glad him speak Spanish, so I'm gonna put
Yeah. And you freeze up a little bit. You hear me? Salakia. Yeah. 1 2 1 2 1 2.
yeah.
You hear me now?
Look
You
like
freeze up a little. Yeah.
yeah, it look like them bug the thing like how them do Donald Trump interview the other day.
Okay. Mm.
You hear me?
Yeah, you know, yeah.
You hearing me?
Yeah, come, I
Remember I say
hear
look
you.
like they're hacking in like they're hacking on the channel like how they hack on Donald Trump Twitter
Oh,
interview
yeah,
the
but
other day.
right, yeah. Mm. See,
All
remember
right,
again.
so
Yeah, go ahead.
going. So remember one.
No, no, I still remember again
So
this
what you saying?
platform. Yeah, 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 man. Slack, you hear me?
Cancel.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, I've seen. Remember this platform again? That,
Can.
yeah, the platform that we own again. You know, Mosai, you know, true. As you say, in this time, as the scripture say, the earth is going to help the woman. And despite that, what them do, however, this should going to continue to push until the coming of our King Yahweh Shai. Right? So that is just all I want to say.
Yeah, yeah. That is what that's what I'm cheering on in this empire. You
Hmm.
know.
That's right.
All right. So welcome to the Conflict Zone podcast. We're going to slip into some Caribbean editions. Hopefully from this episode onward, Lord willing, and also, you know, the approval of the terrible lords that we serve.
Hmm.
You know, with with their approval, we'll have a Caribbean edition. You know what we realize, the, I mean, Trinidad is, even though there's a Caribbean, it's farther away from Jamaica than, say, Miami or another city in America.
Right.
But distance don't say anything. The
Hmm.
oppressor have the same oppressive policies for almost all the English speaking Caribbean country.
That's right.
Because yeah, Trinidad have oil, I never know that IMF was so much into Trinidad.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Right. I thought that because Trinidad have oil, they get a pass to
Right.
say, all right, we don't need IMF won't come and trash our economy.
Hmm.
Only to find out that it no matter. Your oppressor want your country and the IMF. I mean, look at Venezuela. Venezuela have one of the largest oil reserve in the world,
Right.
and they can't even get to sell their oil.
Hmm.
The oppressor have his hand and everyone. So you see that song where we play at the beginning. That song, is a good theme song for this show. Payback is
Right.
a dog because we know
Yeah,
that
yeah.
payback is coming.
That's
Yeah,
right.
man.
Hmm.
Payback is coming where they will be, and guess what? The scripture give us the right to pay them back when Christ
Hmm.
come. I mean,
Hmm.
When Revelation is a grant unto them double again.
Right,
Revelation
right.
what?
That's right.
See if we can find. All right, let me see. Go right here. Share this tab.
Revelation 18 and 60 and 6.
All right, the book of. Give me a minute. Let me find it. 18.
Yeah, 18 and 6 and verse 6.
All right. In the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and 6, we were told, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In
Right.
the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. All
Mhm.
right, let's see what's happening here now. Because when I read the policies of the IMF, it sounds like on paper, it sounds like it's a good thing.
Mm.
Yeah, man, they're coming and helping you with your fiscal responsibilities and you know
Mm.
shoring up your economy against you know um external. In this case, the last IMF deal now, so they shore up shoring up the economy against external, what's the word they use, um external factors, like they mentioned the war in Ukraine, and they
Mm.
mentioned the COVID pandemic.
Right.
So all good, but for you to first to start deal with the IMF, they they put some conditions which are not even on paper. I know.
Mm.
Yeah, because there's no paper that you're going to find with the IMF that tell you that you, in order to deal with them, you have to um have your LGBT friendly policies in your country.
Uh-huh.
That you won't see that on paper,
Nah, I
but
never seen that.
yeah, but that is the condition.
Mm. Mm. So
On,
mm.
only to find out that it's not unique to Jamaica. Yeah.
Right.
So in Trinidad now, give it the Trinidad side to hear
Right.
what is happening there.
And like we're bringing out again, it's so relevant and it's so important to bring it out because now when you really look at at their whole and just like as you say like how everything line up, so we're going and read on that scripture there,
Mm,
to reward them double because you're seeing the reason why they need to be rewarded double because now they apply the same thing to us today. So now it's like with their stronghold or their hold over wherever they control in this society, because now
mm,
again, remember we get go on, we get show where it says that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. And
right,
then scripture and continue to go on and say, cover the faces of the judges thereof. Now
right. They
our
cover it,
faces
right.
and our faces being covered now to knowing that who we really, serve, and we serve, as you say, a true and powerful power, which is the Most High God of power, and not understanding or having that recollection of what our Father could do of holding hold over the society. Now we as we say, we look or we turn to the oppressor. And when we turn to the oppressor now as we say, we can have these policies and these stipulations hanging over our heads because of us now taking up their custom and the culture, and as we say, the brown diet, who feeling it? Who really feeling it when they introduce or apply their policies and their strongholds? Us, and when I say us, blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians today, and these are so-called, as you say, by names that were, given to us during the time of our captivity or slavery. And this is why it's so important. Again, and as I say, these policies, as you say, we read about apartheid, it was sung all nice, it was sung all good. But then when you look at, as we say, from the point of view of knowing that you're supposed to be running this place, as you say, or blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians supposed to be running this place, you see a big difference in gravitating towards knowing truth. Yeah, it's like it.
Right. I mean, you well, we have a term we use in UPK, boots on the ground.
Right.
When it comes to the boots on the ground with their policies now, it's a total different thing down than what you read on the paper, you know.
Mm.
The only thing that is on paper that really affect the people is the money that they might give, and it only impact you the moment you get it.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, when time comes for it to be repaid, that's another story.
Yeah.
When time for it to be repaid is another story because
That's right.
they always have some policies.
Mm-hmm.
All right, for instance, one of the things that outside of the LGBT thing, one of the things that they have as a prerequisite, the LGBT is not on paper, you know, but I think this was on paper. One of the goals that they should have met, which maybe they renegotiate,
Mm.
was they have to remove government pension.
Mm. Mm.
One of two things is either they let their employees start to contribute to the pension or them remove it.
Mm.
Now, you had some people who sit down in and working for the government 20, 30 and probably 40 odd years.
Mm.
I mean, it's hand to mouth them work, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hand to mouth.
And
What
so like, yeah, when you say remove government pension, we really mean by that because now, as I say, just as I say from the beginning, it trickled along through the Caribbean. So I just want to find out considering that
stop giving them pension?
with the jails. Just it's
Yes,
in. It's
yes,
in.
yeah, man. That was one of the policy. So is that then cut out the pension or well, I think it was one of the government minister who come up with the idea, say maybe we can let them contribute to the pension.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think any of those work.
And
But
so like yeah, and like how you're saying that what they would try to do now, they would try to push back the age. So now let me say the age,
I think they do that out here.
but so you see, because now it's like this, it's like they know weighing a balance in every, as you say, in the Caribbean, and depends on what country or whatever where they do have, let me say, that stronghold or much stronghold over the people. Now they try to, as we say, use or bring certain policies in place where they would have control over certain things. And if they get through, well, the I would say the generation that coming up after the younger ones that coming up after, they would be facing, let me say, an uphill battle. Because now what they would do now, they would use these policies and say, this is what, you know, was written in their law, the
Right.
age, the time. This is where it is. So, and really and truly, when you really check it out, all these ministers and them, they already getting or receiving that lump sum, let's say a pension while in office. So it's like, hey, they don't really wait on that pension; they already receive it. So in their retirement, no, you wouldn't see they fighting for anything because why? They already received that lump sum upfront.
Mm-hmm.
When you are to work as all your life, and I just say, and now to remove it is like more oppression. That's
Right.
that.
I think recently I heard some talk about the retirement age pushing from it used to be 60 for female, 65 for male.
Is that a difference? It didn't.
Yeah, there was a difference, and
It didn't have a
I
difference
think I
yet.
pushed it to 65 for everybody. I think now
Yeah.
what they're doing, I don't know if it's signed into law yet, but I know they were proposing it. 70
Mm-hmm.
years now, so they want to give them 5 more years. When I see them behave like this, is only one conclusion I come to.
Mm-hmm.
These oppressors, these overlords that is over these countries, you know, the economies, over the economies.
Mm-hmm.
They would mind if when they reach the time for you to start collecting pension, they just drop it.
Yeah. And so like as you say that what they try to do, what they try to do here, I know if it come into effect as yet, is your NIS, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they were supposed to you were supposed to receive NIS at a certain age now, or your contribution or whenever, but what going on now, they're trying to I think they was trying to put in law to push it out now, or to stop paying on a hold because now, let me say the age bracket or the age that people would read, I think was 50 or 55, and they would start to receive NIS now, right? Which is
Mm-hmm.
a contribution that they pay or fire tax, right? Which would be national insurance. And the age to receive that would have be, well, let me say, you make your contributions, you were supposed to start to receive, a monthly check from that time of your contribution, from that age onward now. But I
Yeah.
believe I believe that was one of the things that was trying to push all the door because what we don't know is
Yeah,
like
that's the pension.
it,
That's
it,
that the NIS is where you get the pension through.
but what going on, we are two things we are the old age pension
Mm-hmm.
and we have the NIS.
Mm-hmm.
The NIS is where it is received before you reach the age of the pension. So now, like, let me say, retire from any, let me say, job that you'll be doing. Because remember, now most of the time, let me say, as hustlers on construction, you try to make your contributions up.
Right.
So when you make your contributions up now, within that space of time, let me say at the age of 50 or 55, you would start to receive what we call NIS
Mm-hmm.
until you reach the age where you start to get, let me say, old age pension. That we say old age or from the time at 60. So now
Mm-hmm.
within that space of time now, you would be receiving that until that time. So, but
Oh, well, that part cut out from us long time.
uh,
Yeah, man, straight old age pension.
they see the difference. That what they see so certain things now, and now as no one now seeing why they're trying to implement that part now because now it's like because people as you say as young black men because now again or young Hispanic the people in Trinidad now they would look forward to that contribution and let me say that reimbursement after that time. But
Mm-hmm.
what they would try to do now, as I say, they try to push
Mm-hmm.
it back. And if they is successful in it, I know if it passed as it, but I think that what they wanted to do. So they wanted to kind of push it closer to that age now. So now it's so it's like, hey, all the years as you say, you're toiling and you're slaving in this place, and let me say to enjoy to reap the benefits of your labor. You can it's like, hey, the push you straight over. So it's like they're running off of the premise of this, and this is why we always say, see these records on them, that book, or history, the Bible, when it as you say, that the scripture say that the Most High God is going to shorten our time, and he say three score and 10. So now we know what is that? We know what age is that. So now they will run off of the premise now, and as you say, they'll push all the filth, everything that they could think about to do what? To destroy you before that time. So now how you enjoying that? How you
That's what I
enjoying
say.
that?
They would mind when you reach the age for you to start collect. Now you're just dead.
Yeah, yeah.
One time in Jamaica, I used to be 70, but people were not enjoying their retirement.
Mm-hmm.
Some died before retirement, and some never live long after retirement, no more than maybe 5 years, if so much.
That is what I say now with the let me say these ministers and them, they enjoying that before. So they would get upfront lump sum. So by the time they reach that, I see what the age that they would be into politics. The age that they would be into politics is around that age bracket now. So within that space of time now, when they do decide to give up, or let me say to step down, they will already receive a lump sum up front. So it's like they don't really need that to know. It's like that lump sum them receiving is your lump sum. So now you know is like they hoping that, hey, if this person, if they reach this age before I enjoy that lump sum, it will be cutting in, or let me say in my bread. So now they rather you pass than it cutting in their bread. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Mm.
make sure them get their own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That is just, and yet still that is just one of the policies that they squeeze on
Mm-hmm.
Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you had earlier policies where there was one a couple of years ago.
Mm.
I think it was the PNP in power at the time
Mm.
where um they were giving some development loans. Like they would say, no, you can use it to build houses and sell back in a
Mm.
country. So, but here the criteria for the development loan now. The development that you're proposing had to be done on your farmlands.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
So when you push development on your farmlands, where you get land to farm in the event where, all right, like we know, we import cornmeal, we import flour.
Mm.
Let's say, all right, something happen out there in the world and we decide to, I'm going to start grow corn.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can grow your corn and mill it and make your own cornmeal.
Right.
All right. Suppose we reach a stage that we're going to have to start do things like that. You
Mm.
already build your houses on your farmland. Where are you going to farm?
Mm-hmm. I catch you. I catch I done that for the year.
You see
Yeah.
the dilemma that they're pushing us to.
Mm. Mm.
So that means now, this push to World War III has been going on probably for the last 20 years.
Mm.
Yeah, man. Them pushing things, trying to reorganize the world.
Right.
especially the West,
Right.
especially the
Yeah.
West, trying to reorganize it. And I don't know, we can't see any sense in the way they are pushing it. One, they say accept, them LGBT.
Mm.
I mean, obviously they have been around for the longest while, ain't it? That's why they're here
Right.
today.
Right.
But no, you want to say now, they're forcing you to accept it.
Mm.
And guess what? At the same time, Jamaica is now in a situation where the population is not growing fast enough, as
Mm.
what one of our ministers says. So
Mm.
you're pushing the LGBT, you're pushing family planning, you're pushing abortion, and yet still you're surprised that your population not growing fast enough.
Mm.
Where is the wisdom in our leadership?
Right.
Where is the wisdom?
Mm.
And this is why more of the sensible, or maybe the braver leaders, they want to try and follow Putin.
That
Because
dictation.
one of the push why most of them running behind Putin, is the LGBT thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is the main one because Putin tell them straight up, say we're not into that. We're not into that. And
Mm.
one of the main thing why them say them can't go into that, the Russian population not growing. No matter Russia is the largest country in the world.
Right.
Yeah, in terms of land mass, it's the largest
Mm.
country. Couple times the size of America, the United States,
Mm.
with far less population than the United States. Now, what is the driving force behind your economy of any country economy? It's people.
That's right.
Yeah, all right. You have a town with 300 people. In the town, not because it's 300 people, they still need a supermarket, they still need a gas station,
Mm-hmm.
they still need cars, still need tire shop. All the
Mm.
little service um, business, or what you call the service sector.
Right.
But it's only 300 people in the town.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's the sense in me now investing my money in 300 among 300 people? You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But if you were in a town of 100,000 people, then it's more feasible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because what you require is not that one is not everybody's going to come to your place to spend the money, to spend their money. Not all who come is going to come on a regular basis to keep your business going. And the percentage that come on a regular basis might just be, when I do a maths, the percentage of the population of the town might just be the same as if it was 300 or it was 300,000. Meaning,
Right.
it might just be a 10% of the population of the town.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if it's, let's say 10%, 10% of 300, that is 30 people you're going to have on a regular basis. But if
Right.
it's 300,000 people in the town, and it's the same 10%, then 10% of 300,000 makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So because of that now, Russia want the economy to grow. So they need the people inside their country.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you want to push homosexuality on them. Now, I don't know how many people might know, but in Jamaica, you never talk about Jamaicans don't like gays and sitting. Well, yeah, we have a dance hall where we sing out against it. But
Mm.
in terms of fighting them, one thing we learn in Jamaica here is normally the gays who beat gays. Yeah. And since they start to talk about and people talking about, them coming out of the closet and so, then we start to know these things. They are violent against each other. But all along they were giving the impression as if it's the straight people that is being violent against them. Right? So in other words, now you push them in a country, your crime is going to go. Another thing that they were trying to push on Jamaica, private prison. England was trying to push on Jamaica.
Right.
No, but luckily our so they found some wisdom in the leadership and said, no, sir, that don't make sense. Because who pay the private prison? Is the state pay the private prison?
Right.
But how England was proposing it now, you have some Caribbean nationals and Jamaicans. A whole lot of them in England as prisoners. And the English government, like they're saying, boy, they're filling up the prison. So they were proposing now build a private prison in Jamaica and then pay the state to the British government will be paying the state for these prisoners. They were showing them this is economically viable and a lot of money make out of it. But guess what? It's them same one, some private prison company was going to come out here to build it. So who was going to make the money?
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, we sign up something because there's always a hidden clause in whatever we make them agreement we're going with them. So we go now and we sign that, and then next thing you know, the same thing that start to happen. Police start to incarcerate people just to make money.
You know that come like, that come like, that come like this, like the investment that they invested in. Remember now again, they are the colonizers. They are the ones that just say who their ancestors, as they say, or who their forefathers had, rule over the people on the land. So now it's like this. I come and I setting up a hotel, anything, any structure, and I just pull back off. But no any income or revenue that coming out of that, no, that coming straight to me. But no, is like no, you're using the government as a face to say, well, hey, it's government funded, but not really knowing by time you really look at what taking place now. Every funding or anything that is pushed into that business, it going straight back to them. So it's like a cycle. And it bouncing and going straight. So instead of giving them the money direct in the hand, now it filtering through that. So now, as you say, you can't say, well, this one robbing you, that one robbing you. Like how we could have say, Queen rob we, this one rob we. Like how you say, as you say, we store this in this place, they rob we. No, we can't say that. No, we say, no, we say, asking the government for answers on question. Where this amount of money that that was invested in this, where this amount of money that invested. So now who feeling it now? And who is the faith on, as you say, on the government, our people? And this is why again it coming straight back to this. We supposed to not vote or be partaking in any of them political business.
Right. Right.
Because now how it's set up directly. It's like about a wall. So now we running head on into that wall. Because now it's like that wall, remember that wall and showing no reflection. The only time you feel that, as you say, pain is when you hit the wall. And when we hit the wall now, we see that when we start to cry. We say, but look, when we put you in power, how come we receiving this? And a good example is what's going on with the brother, with Asha. What's going on with Asha? So no,
Yeah, because them, I mean the Puerto Ricans.
no, Venezuela, Asha,
Oh, Asha, Venezuela.
yeah.
I mean, Venezuela have probably even more oil than Russia, you know.
Yeah, no, they are the one, the what the label them as the let me say one of the let me say the largest oil reserve in the world. So it didn't want to call them number one, but here we say it named them as one. So now, like they'll try to use like certain other areas to say, well, hey, there is the largest, whatever. But they didn't put a label on Venezuela, so they say I name it as one of the. So now, like I top 10 or whatever, they would always be in that top, but they don't want to put a label on it because now remember now with that label, what has happened is attract what? It attract customers, it attract buyers. And if that's why I see now America and a whole always since from way back when I've been always trying to push the self inside, inside it. Inside that and that why I see now again. And that why I just said, where's the name of the show? The conflict what? The conflict zone.
Conflict zone.
Right. And this is why it must have, as we say, we bringing all this now because of the conflict that's going on right here in the Caribbean. Because this zone has a lot of conflict in it. And this is why again it heavy, heavy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with Venezuela now and what set to happen in the Middle East,
Mhm.
Venezuela can easily fill that gap, you know.
Yeah, the ease,
With
with
the amount
ease,
of oil that
gold.
Venezuela have, they can easily fill that gap. But
Mm,
no, this is what I'm telling you now. The oppressor come to you. His word is which scripture or other scripture that you again word soft,
yeah,
smooth
smooth
as
like butter,
butter,
smooth
but
like
war
butter. Lip. Yeah,
but war in him heart. All right,
right.
majority of the scripture and then myself myself. Which where we find that again? All right, this one, the one last one I found was where is it? Um, Revelation 18.
And 6.
All right. Now the next one now is word is smooth as butter.
Mm-hmm.
Where we find that again? Can you remember?
Yeah, just look it up.
Because this is how they trick Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously Venezuela went and signed some deal or contract with them
Mm-hmm.
from a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Because the like it's some American companies have the right to lift the oil from Venezuela oil field.
Mm-hmm.
That is why they were able to shut them down the other day. You know. The companies then just pull out and they can't touch it
Right.
because them did already sign it over to them. Now that is the hidden clause in the contracts that I talk about. You found it?
Yeah, I look it. Good. Good. I'll tell you when I get.
Um the hidden clause of them knock Venezuela with, allow those companies to do what they want to do. It's just like the bauxite in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference is that it looked like our leader did kind of, and this was, well, with the bauxite, really, Michael
Yeah.
Manley did do
Yeah.
this. He put
Psalms
on a
Psalms
levy.
50. Yeah.
He put on a bauxite levy plus what they did, even though they come and say they want to mine your thing and so on and so. The government retain a 51% in the company.
Right.
That 51%, but what they do with that percent, they don't touch the profit.
Mm.
They allow, because they know that these companies they know them stay. They
Mm-hmm.
want to make all. So they allow them to make all. But in the event that they come and say they want to sell out to them friend or they want to shut down your thing, that 51% now allow the government to step in
Mm-hmm.
and have more talk than them.
Right.
But that only came about after studying how they operate in the world. So it seems as if now something like that now slipped by Venezuela from a long time. And they sign over everything to these foreigners. So these foreigners now, they have the right. And how these companies form, and these contracts, it probably put a word, this clause in it that say now, in perpetuity, meaning for as long as there's oil in the field. I think that's something like that with Trinidad,
Mm.
It's the same American companies lifting the oil in Trinidad, It's not the Trinidad
Yeah.
government lifting that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what our government did with the bauxite now, then kind of bring in some diversity now. So the
Mm-hmm.
Americans have bauxite mining out here, the Russians have, the Chinese have.
Mm.
The Chinese don't seem to be mining much from theirs because, and guess what they make
Wow.
with the bauxite? Guess what these aluminum is used for? Guess.
Mm. Wow.
Bombs.
Mm.
You think they were making cars and planes and so on. A bomb.
Mm. Mm.
You see much bomb America is able to ship to Israel. You know how much of bomb Israel dropped since the
Mm-hmm.
war? They dropped more bombs than in World War II,
Mm.
and Gaza. America still have bombs can replenish them
Mm.
because they come and they suck out the backside, make aluminum and make bombs.
Mm.
So you see the industry of war, which is why when Yahweh shall return now, you have to make them not study war no more. All right, give me the next scripture. The word smooth as butter.
That is Psalms 55 and 21.
55, right?
Yeah, Psalms 55.
And 21.
And 21.
Okay. Book of Psalms 55, verse 21. The
Mm.
words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Mm-hmm.
His words were softer than oil, yet
Mm-hmm.
were they drawn swords.
Mm-hmm.
You see, if we followed our scriptures, we can't go wrong in making decisions,
Mm-hmm.
because right through our scriptures, it tells us about one particular set of people who is
Mm-hmm.
always trying to harm us. And from Genesis, because it was him same one. He same one was the serpent in the garden.
Yeah.
People think it was a real snake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it was a snake. It was a man whose
Yeah,
action was just
yeah,
like the serpent.
yeah,
Right?
and just so like as you say, like and that why I say if we really stay focused and pay attention, this is why it's so important, you know, in brothers and sisters coming to class and don't take this light because no, this is not religion. This is not, as you say, your regular where we just go and you jump and you swing or wherever, however you want to do it. Wherever it is go in any them church and them Christian church and then because now you reading this here now and knowing but wait now, just as I say, the words of his mouth was smoother than butter. Now it's like it telling you about somebody, it
Yeah,
highlighting
I mean,
something.
Salaki, how could this fit into a religion?
Mm,
I mean,
mm-hmm.
they don't read the Bible objectively. They don't pick out the part that suits religion and that can fit into
Yeah,
a religion. But how you
yeah.
would fit this into a religion? So
Because now,
if this is not
mm-hmm.
religious, what is it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because now it's like this person know just as you know you make mention now this would sway you or it move you because now you wanted to think that you know in some reason that a man telling you that um this book belong to everybody or this belong to everybody or we is all one but now it's like somebody now telling you or swaying you with lies because now if I come out direct and I tell, hey, this is who he is. You true Jews at the Bible. And this is who you supposed to be running this place. Then what I'm doing
Right.
now, it's showing you now that knowing the truth is what going to make you free. And knowing the history is what going to make you free. So now if my forefathers before Ul or before as we say in times past, as we say, these records was written for our learning. And we could go
Mhm.
back and know the spirit of the Most High and righteous black men leading. And they now become as you say, as men, standing in that same spirit and that same vibe of the Most High and tell, hey, you see this man now? Watch out for your words because he could sway you. He could force you to do what? To join anything that he set up in the society. Anything that he wants you to follow, he could sway with words. Just as I draw reference like let me say, with the snake in the garden, who sway you to believe that? Who tell you that?
Mhm.
Who tell you that that was a literal
Yeah.
snake? Because why? Because your words it convincing. That's why in here, as you say, brothers talk when they join religion. How they go talk? The words, it's smooth. So now we're moving here. Just as they say, hey, like as you say, throughout the Caribbean with as you say, Rasta and Haile Selassie. What moved them to that? Words. Who these words come from? That didn't come from the mouth because now when we go back and we read, we can pull multiple, as you say, multiple scriptures or multiple out of our records with the most high God one week. And he tell me, hey, don't put that, as we say, that blunt in my mouth. Don't do this. Because what will happen? Because we will go against the words, we will go against the instructions that was laid down. Yeah, so like it.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Mm,
But you remember Commanding General YAHANNA lecture on demons.
Mm-hmm.
Now that when I listen to General YAHANNA, you realize that when you listen to the oppressor telling you about demons, you think it's some like what I'm showing in the show, some ugly thing.
Mm-hmm.
And General YAHANNA said, let me drop, put up a picture and show you what demon really look.
Yeah.
And your jacket and tie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I real heavy. I real heavy. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean demon deceive you. So
Mm-hmm.
why would Christians not think that they are trying to deceive them as to how demons really look? If demons was as ugly as how they put it, you think you can catch anybody? Yeah,
Uh,
man. You
yeah.
have to pretty man.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, most time you have a real pretty girl in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Give the most trouble.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. So who says that demons look ugly? Demons are not ugly, man.
Right.
Because you're telling this is telling about the
Mm-hmm.
deceiver, and the
Mm-hmm.
deceiver's words are as smooth as butter.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why we're talking about with the IMF, because when the IMF come up with them policy,
Yeah.
the policy don't sound really that too bad. All right, look at
Mm-hmm.
this. This one is in Jamaica here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what let me see if we can see the date. Last year, March. So since
Mm-hmm.
last year, March, 1 year now, IMF approves over 1.7 billion for Jamaica to protect from inflation
Mm-hmm.
and climate change.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what kind of investment is that?
Mm-hmm.
I want him to know inflation, I want your money, Inflation eat out your money. So, how you pay it back? The other thing about climate change, when them heavy rains come and mash up your road and mash up and tear down the farmers, them crop and thing, and
Mm-hmm.
you take a portion of this. Let's say I think you tell you how much goes to what.
Yeah.
All right, let me see now. March 2nd, the International Monetary Fund (IMF) on Thursday, that is last year March, approved over 1.7 billion in funds for Jamaica to help it insure against higher inflation,
Mm-hmm.
tighter fiscal conditions, possible COVID outbreak, and climate change.
Mm-hmm.
And no, none of these things that they give country say, all right, they'll replay the loan from profits.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Now there is this thing that government do business for profit. In other words, government supposed to make their money from taxes. So in other words, it means that the government supposed to tax you to pay them back. And that makes them what? Means now that the IMF is now your slave master. When this 1.7 billion is not 1.7 billion Jamaican dollar, no, 1.7 billion US dollar. You want to know how much that is in Jamaican dollar? Multiply it by 150.
Mm-hmm.
So you're talking about 1 point something trillion possible Jamaican dollar. That is supposed to, and the purpose of it, you're not building a new airport, you're not building factories. What you doing? You're shoring up your economy against inflation, tighter fiscal conditions, which means like the change in the retirement.
Mm-hmm.
That is one right. That's one of the things. Plus other things that the government would normally do, which they might not be doing anymore. So fiscal changes have to do with taxes. Possible COVID outbreak.
Mm-hmm.
Now the money that they would give them for the COVID outbreak is the fact that now because of COVID they might have to close down the country.
Mm-hmm.
So when you close down the country now, you're going to lose money. So IMF lend them some money for that. And climate change. Climate change, the effect we see with climate change out here is like the hurricane. So you get more
Mm-hmm.
frequent rains and you get more hurricane, which damages road and your other infrastructures. Most time you wash away bridge and thing, you have to build them back. But the thing is it sounds good. Oh yes, we can have this money now and we don't have to suffer when these things hit us. Well, it's all good and proper that you don't suffer, yes, but just remember, payback is a dog.
Mm-hmm.
The IMF, the IMF said in a statement its executive board had approved Jamaica's request for some 968 million under a precautionary and liquidity line (PLL) deal and about 764 million under the newly created Resilience and Sustainability
Mm-hmm.
Facility. None of them things that don't sound like anything that makes money.
Mm-hmm.
For when our government want to build another cement company, and they don't have the money to do it. IMF
Mm-hmm.
not lend them money for that.
Mm-hmm.
They want to expand the port. IMF not. You know, them have to get money for that. Go to another country and borrow their money. Though the pandemic struck a blow to the Caribbean island countries' critical tourism industry, the IMF said tourism had bounced back, adding that public debt was also declining and high inflation had been receding since mid 2022. Then the inflation must go down. If you get money for pumping the economy,
Mm-hmm.
or else you want to pay back the money.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Trinidad have a similar thing.
Yeah. Mm.
All right, this is the situation in Trinidad. Hold on, you seen it?
Yeah.
You seen Trinidad?
Yeah. Yeah. That come scroll up again.
Right, IMF. This one is this year. Your one is this year,
Yeah, and
June 4th,
mm,
2024.
mm,
So what you saying?
right,
Continue.
right. It's a IMF Executive Board concludes 2024, right? Article 4, Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago, right? It's a Washington, D.C. on Monday the 8th, until like on May 8th, 2024, the Executive Board of the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, concluded the Article 4 Constitution with Trinidad and Tobago, right? Then it goes on to say, then for the first time in a decade, Trinidad and Tobago is undergoing a gradual and sustained economy recovery, right? With the real gross domestic product or GDP is estimated to have further expanded by 2.1% in 2023, reflecting a strong performance of the non-energy sector, right? And when it say about the non-energy sector, again, this will go into, let me say, the oil and gas, the energy sector, it will be, right? So it reach here again, right? Right? Inflation has declined sharply, mainly due to um, the decelerating global food and imported goods prices. Banks' credit to the private sector continued to expand, and the financial sector appears
Prices.
sound and stable. So you see who really building and feeding off of this. You see you building and feeding off of this.
I think you chip out a while ago.
Yeah, you hear what I say?
Come again?
Yeah, I say you see who feeding off of this when it
You chip out a while
right?
ago.
Oh, yeah. You want to read over that part?
No, I don't think you have to read it out. You were saying something.
Oh, there was saying I say you seen who benefiting or who feeding off of this? Who again when it say the private sector, who will be in control as you see these private sectors? Eh?
Mm.
Who have a hold on these private sectors? No, it's showing it who benefiting off of this. Right? Let me see. Let me get a little more. Right. Right, you say, I'll jump down a little bit, right? The current account is estimated to remain in a surplus in 2023. The international reserve coverage is adequate at 8.3 months. So now again, a time period within let me say, the months that they would acquire or generate this fund. And it's like 8.3 within 8 months,
Mm-hmm.
8.5. They could acquire that this amount that generate this amount of funds and say of prospective total imports to fiscal right and this is the part where again we just always try to use the throw you off now when they say fiscal again this all of this will be reviewing or talking about, relating to the government revenue or
Yeah.
taxes.
Talking about the taxes.
Yeah, talk. So that was tell it. So now they will use certain words now. So instead of just saying right, let me say in 8 to 3 months, the taxes reflect in the FY23, that the physical year. So now
Mm.
they ain't paying taxes. They ain't paying that day. Why they wouldn't put that day now? Because now it's like this. No, they would always again try to slide in something easy. So now when you see that now, you ain't really paying no attention to what that is.
Yeah, I realize that I'm talking about taxing you.
That was actually you ain't paying no attention to that. All
You
you
mean
need pay,
that to that.
yeah, you ain't paying no attention to that, right?
Mm.
So it's
So, oh, they're watching the taxes, they're watching the government taxes.
mm-hmm, right, right. Jumping down to the right thing, to the executive board assessment. So now that is gone down, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is there. So we talk about, as you say, these people, and they say executive directors agreed with the trust of the staff appraisal, right? They welcome Trinidad and Tobago sustained economy recovery, sharp decline in inflation in 2023, and the strong external position, directors consider that while the outlook is favorable, the balance of risk is tilted to the downside and in the near term to the upside. So now they're using again downside and upside, right? So so now it's like the gain and negative and a positive within this now. So now this negative and this positive now will come in the balance as based on how, let me say, like, let me use the example of what will not take place right now in America with the election, right? With that election that going to take place now, it determine what, let me say, construction or what, business or what certain things that will open up in the economy or certain things that was supposed to open up wouldn't open up. Just like how you draw reference with the make a request to build for money borrowed to build a cement plant, they get blank. So now all of that now will come in that balance with that. Right? So that why I say, right, while the outlook is favorable, the balance of the risk is still to the downside in the near term or to the upside in the medium term going forward. So they see that the jump quick. So let me move forward now. You see, they emphasize that the need for reforms is to strengthen the economy recovery, build buffers, and secure a more diversified, green, resistant, resilient, and inclusive economy, right? So now all of this again, when you really look at it, it is really again dealing just as the last scripture we know fully we see the smooth like butter, the mouth, the words at the mouth. You see what's going on? Because now everything, oh, it's songing like it have a balance in it. But when you really check it out and you really read through, as you say, the little article, because even higher up now, it say, yes, so let me just grab this part. It talk about the part with the union, where it say concerning with the payouts and whatever, that what cause certain downfall or certain things to stop is because of with the payout with the union. So because remember now a lot of people who in the union, they would make application or for let me say, for loss of job, for loss of this. So now if they in a union or the company unionized, now the company would have a payout to these workers and them. So now all of that now the views now are having an impact on, let me say, on the GDP. But let me say overall, right? So but I basically it this concerning that. I know they see anything else. So
All right. The part that the part that's up by the top
mm,
in the second paragraph,
mm,
Washington D.C. Second
mm,
paragraph now. It said for the
mm,
first time in a decade,
mm,
the first time in 10 years,
mm,
Trinidad and Tobago is undergoing a gradual and sustained economic recovery.
mm,
Now, which is what I said, Trinidad is an oil producing country. What kind of economic recovery supposed to be going on? Yeah, I remember one time Trinidad had money, so till you remember the couple years ago the big flag that somebody went and buy with the government money, something
Yeah.
like so
Yeah.
100,000 TT dollar.
$1 million.
Right, it was a big talk
Mm-hmm.
in Trinidad. So in other words, it's like there was a period of time when money was being made, but it wasn't going in the economy. It was finding its way into people's pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how is that by design or it just happens?
Mm-hmm.
And nobody go prison.
No.
Hmm. So
Prison.
all these monies just it was a similar thing with Jamaica too.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why. And then following that, you hear them talk about fiscal responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because now somebody stay aside, probably not enforcing the law, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's no law on the books that allow them to take away money.
No. They,
But they
they,
find
they, they,
smart ways
yeah.
to take away money
Remember again,
and put the country in.
mm, so
Yeah,
like
continue.
certain tax exemptions, they would be excluded from that. Remember, uh,
Right, right.
certain income
So
taxes, they would
them
be
get
excluded. Mm-hmm.
they get pay
Mm,
plus tax exemptions
mm-hmm.
plus other benefits we might not even know about,
Right.
and yet still they can manage our affairs
Mm-hmm.
properly.
Mm-hmm.
But what I realize now, you see, the things that you see happen in the Caribbean here, in amongst our politicians, is a reflection of what is happening in America, you know.
Yeah.
Hmm. They run the elections here. What is this? You hear them talk about, well, like in Jamaica, you always hear them talk about the, which party has steal ballot paper
Mm-hmm.
and steal election and something like that. Them things
Mm-hmm.
that go on in America a long time, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
And that's it, a ripple effect.
Yeah.
A ripple effect. So anything you see going on, as you see in the Caribbean and as you see North, South, and Central America, is a ripple effect. It's coming down the ladder.
Hmm. They have this habit in the states. Whenever it touch election time, crime go up just so that they can, let it seem like they are doing something. They're fighting crime and blah
Mm-hmm.
blah blah. Same thing with Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Jamaica. Same thing with Trinidad.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah, just democracy. And this is how now the other countries that they use the word global south. They look at the democratic countries, and they see the nastiness that is happening, they see it, because they have diplomats in a country. And one thing I can tell you that diplomats come like spies,
Mm-hmm.
It's just that if you catch them spying while they're a diplomat, the only thing you can do is just expel them from the country.
Right.
But I mean, unlike a country like Jamaica, though, them stay wherever they want to stay and then spy on Jamaican citizens and spy on even the government. You,
Mm-hmm.
you want to tell me that nobody not spying on the Jamaican government? You have never heard of any spies
Mm-hmm.
because they come and spy and then get whatever information they want to get and they gone. Mm. But this is how they can. This is how they come in a country. Check your fiscal paper. Check your fiscal records. By their project, they can project and know much money you're supposed to be, because believe it or not, every country there is what you can probably call economic spoils. Yeah, man. There's always some money that is there. No matter the country poor, Yeah, man. There's always some little juice that's there. But you're the big problem now. The oppressor is in every country.
Right.
So no matter how the country poor, they are them sucking the juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Them sucking the juice. And what is happening now? People are realizing now. Yeah, man. People realizing and start knocking out against them and thing. But you find now, say like in the West, if you even find out and knock out against them and thing, guess what? They are the same ones we have to go back and do business with.
All right.
Still have to do business with them. Anytime in the on the world stage, from time to time, oil price go right down on the world market. We have never seen it reflect in our prices for gasoline, for electricity. We have never seen the fall of oil price. But you see, as it go up, oh, we have to raise your gas because
Yeah.
oil price gone up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. So, there's somebody that is benefiting from the juice.
That's right.
Who is it?
Mm.
The oil and gas industry, must make money now.
Yeah. But
Must make money.
they are driving force in the economy, and they are driving force. Yeah. So all the nice
So
stuff with the
why
green,
the uh,
yeah, no, I say so all the
so
nice stuff with the no emissions and the greenhouse this and the greenhouse that, whatever. Again,
mhm.
in order to run certain things now, it must be fuel or the other say or the other no energy this and the no energy that. They know behind, as you say, the storing up. Yeah. So,
Yeah, man,
that,
with gasoline,
mm,
there's fuel. Must make money. They must make money from it. It's
yeah,
not that import or maybe.
mm,
They must make money.
yeah. Because
Yeah,
now,
every country have a lot of cars,
mm,
and they're not running on water.
that's right.
Mm. So what happened now with those monies that is made from the selling of fuel?
Mm-hmm.
In Jamaica, we put on a tax on gasoline. They said that is supposed to go towards fixing roads.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know what happened, but we pay the tax. Uh, there's no improvement in the road.
Mm-hmm.
And this couple, the first thing that happened, they went and China lend them some money. I mean, remember them they use some money and the Chinese money and fix up a lot of road. But who you think control is the same oppressors that control that have the companies that have the equipment for road construction equipment. So where you think all that money go back to? It go right back to the upper class.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're the ones who had the equipment to fix the roads and build the roads and they don't do it good.
Mm-hmm.
So you're still paying back for the loan and the road mash up.
Mm-hmm. Like how you say that, imagine you living in a, let me say, living in a country, and that country that you know, the drawing reference was to Trinidad, and you have a, let me say, one of the, let me say, the largest pitch lake, or one out of how much it have in the world, you are one in your country, and your roads and them, it's terrible. It's terrible.
And
And go ahead, yes, sir.
so like it, from I was in school, primary
Mm-hmm.
school,
Yeah.
we were learning about Trinidad's pitch lake.
Mm-hmm.
That it is the, what we learned. I don't think we did learn that it was one off.
Mm-hmm.
We learned
Yes.
that it was number one in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you, which means it's natural tar that come
Yeah.
out from the lake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now Jamaica bigger than Trinidad, and if Trinidad have pitch lake, Trinidad should have good roads.
Mm-hmm.
So why the government can't touch the pitch lake to get roads?
Not the matter that they can't touch it. It's just like, again, everything that is being done, again, just like as I say, we might be here and we live in here, but now when we run in with the, as you say, with words that could be with the demise or be the end, and we hit that wall and we realize, oh wait, now hit that wall, because now this is something that was leased out, let me say, for 100 years to, let me say, to the Chinese. When I watch the roads in, as you say, in China, it's all kind of crisscross road, this road, certain places you will see
Hmm.
when you watch the roads and them, as I say, and the hard tar that is natural. You can remember now that tar is what go hold, let me say, whatever is mixed up in it now to
Hmm.
combine to hold the road.
Hmm.
It,
Asphalt, the
yeah,
concrete.
so that natural. Yeah, so,
But this is why now they can't like the global south because the countries in the global south now they don't have them kind of um what I call them now bureaucracy because
mm,
it's just bureaucracy then the tie us up in it.
mm-hmm,
You have the thing and you can't touch it. They do the same thing with the Native Americans. They have the land and they can't farm on it.
mm-hmm,
Damn.
mm.
No,
And you
this is
know,
some serious power them people have in the West, you know.
yeah, you know, is the nice part about it. That why we gotta say by Barakata, our chef commander generally, and I don't know, knowing this truth, and now literally sit down as you know, as black men, and you know, to be able to the most I go through or King Yahweh Shai, and that passed down to Commander General, and seeing this. Now we have one, as you say, one job to do. And this is what we're doing right now to bring that reminder to our people. And that why is, like how, some people be on platform, certain platform on the media and trying to go into certain things wherever we bring the truth about our history, about these records. And everything we're talking about here, we could go to a chapter and a verse in these scriptures, and we could pull it out and prove it that this is actually what taking place. This is who this person is. It can highlight each and every one of our oppressors, and it showed the mindset and with the stand, and what to look out for, as we say, the ways, and this is why it's so important, because now these records, the most I go doing some right now, and these are reminders to our brothers and sisters that as our record says, it's time that we should wake up out of sleep and being in a zone that, as we say, wherever we reside, we face the same challenges, these sons, Jacob's sons. And we here in the Caribbean, as we say, from tribe of Benjamin, we face the challenges that our brother from the tribe of Judah face, our brothers from the tribe of Asher face, our brothers from the tribe of I.S.U.P.K face, Ephraim, Manasseh, Levi, Simeon, Gad, you name us. We face the same challenges. And this is why now, as we say, the only way out of this is we turning back or coming back to these records, and then must do that. We must do that to escape, as you say, what we did before this place in a bit, in a minute. This is you, this one. Again, the Most High God always had, mercy towards us as children. But at some point in time, that will come that end, because now we had to do what we had to do. Because now you can't be delaying the ones who, willing to move, and you still in your, as you say, in your ways, as you say, still accepting or being manipulated by what? By the people who, as we say, our oppressors who had us in chains for 400 plus years. And again, this is one of the worst captivity that we was ever in. Because to know today, like somebody asks, hey, where's your nationality? And you can't even say, hey, this is who I is, by identifying yourself as your nationality as the place where you reside. That's so shameful. That's so shameful. And who brought us to that shame? The Most High God brought us to that shame. But again, as a father, he would always, make that leeway or make that way or have that pathway. But that pathway back, we always had a fight to come back. Always had a fight. And that was since from, as we say, when people hear again by the sweat of thy brow, again, because this man mouth smooth like butter, he thinking it like a literal to get back inside a day or to find favor with the Lord, we had a fight. We had to, and that fight again is both physical and spiritual. Both physical and spiritual. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, man, because I mean, I'm sure when come again.
No, I said this is a good, as you say, verse in this passage, in this chapter, to lead the people with, as you say, in the conflict zone, because now you're in a zone where there are a lot of conflict, and to know who your enemy is. This, as I say, this highlight here, let us resonate or let us marinate, because it's heavy. Yeah, so like, yeah.
Yeah, man, the oppressor, the Venezuelans, the Puerto Ricans, the Cubans, Trinidad, Jamaica, Bahamas, Barbados. The oppressor is the same. and them other countries to Brazil and going all the way down. The
Mm-hmm.
oppression is the same. You have certain resources in a country, but it's like you have none. You can't benefit from it.
Right.
You can't benefit from it. If Jamaica find oil now, you think is we getting it? Now we getting it.
Imagine I say yeah, bauxite and I say the you ain't getting nothing no fight. If you get oil or what happen? What happen?
Did not get nothing out of it.
Nah.
Well, you should be able to. You find oil. We have a what do you call it, a refinery, oil refinery. We should be able to refine our own oil if we find oil and make our gasoline and so on. But they can't allow you to do that because then Wall Street not going to get anything. So your oil is supposed to go there and register on the international market so that the different stock markets can have a say in your price. And some people who don't live in the country, don't even know your country, just come invest in oil, make some money off your oil, and you not making any. Right? Yeah, man, and this is the global rich.
That's right.
That is why you have some money able to make 100 billion a year, while you make none. Yeah, man, it's unbalanced. It's a conflict.
That's right.
From the time of Esau and Jacob in the womb, that conflict has been, as the most I put it in, the most I said, 2 nations is in your womb.
That's right.
So, in the conflict zone, what we try to know, we try to decipher for the people. So, hey, you see these things that is happening to you. It's actually in the Bible. It has nothing to do with religion. The Most High chose you as his people, and then choose another set of people. Say, all right, then people are gonna be the destroyer. They're gonna feel my wrath, and you're supposed to feel my love. But ever since is we keep on feeling the Most High's wrath because of our days. But in order for us we have to change to feel his love and then him direct him wrath to who it is supposed to be directed to. But it look like we love the beating, we love the sufferation. Yeah, man. So in the conflict zone now, we look at today. Now we're looking at economic conflict. We'll find more things to talk about next week.
That's right.
I have to talk about the religious conflict, whichever way. So, good note to end on. The word in his mouth, the word of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His word were softer than oil, yet were they as drawn sword. Right, so that's it for the conflict zone. Until next week again, we say shalom.
Yeah, shalom. Yeah, shalom. Yabashim Shakta.
Yabashim Shakata.
I'm this and that for life. This and that for life. I'm always for life, nigga. This a blow. Hey, yo, Madara. Here go a clash for you, my nigga. 140 for the rebel. The world turned its back on me. I'm a cripple. We got soldiers. He got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out. I take nothing in the curse. We can't forgive what's forbidden. Remain in them trenches. trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I did. If rank is given, have your respect to your apprentice. Be about your business, this loyalty to death sentence. Look, trying to pick up with a blind foot. Hey, they said there'll be many mansions. I'm just grinding for my time share. The devils ain't playing fair. They hunt you like bad pal, but ain't no getting out the game like Jumanji. Or you take that oath, it's a Dundee. They try to deal death to a priest. You won't make it out in one piece. So you can stand. Just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times and it's death to us part. No. So how you feel about this truth I done shown? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want. Even your own people go disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name. So you better keep it on. Ain't no more guessing. Ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George Jetson. Murder for capital, now it's murder at the Capitol. The world in amazement, we like fucking raise it, raise it. I pity those watching life as it goes by. Be giving mercy in this life, I don't know why. In pump smoke, never try to. The dead at home, my brother be the dead and soldado. In the photo, salute my nigga, salute my nigga. They like, how you stay focused? I told them I'm motivated cause of you, my nigga. Brotherhoods and weapons, still got weapons on the scene. And I never do my niggas like Bishop did Raheem. Never mind in all beliefs, they under anesthesia. Shorty say she need me, said she wanna let that love go. Told I let that love grow. But if I bring you to my bed, that's a blood. So, how you feel about this truth I done shown? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want. Even your own people gon' disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep